Well, they're all bad. It's just that, you know, fortunately for us, we have off day tomorrow because my bullpen, you know, we had to go deep in the bullpen early in the game again, and you can only do that so many times. And, you know, we didn't have Rivero today, which is, you know, it had been perfect to have Rivero to face. You know, we had to use Perez earlier to get out with some lefties, and then we'd had Rivero. We'd have been using them against Dickerson and Shrimp, and so, and then those balls are, you know, in the heart of the plate, you know, which made it tough. And then I was down to my last pitcher, actually, with Petit. Had to save him in case we went extra innings, and you know, we're out of pitches. It didn't work out at all, you know. And then when we walked Myers in the seventh, then I had to go get Trinan, and I didn't want to double switch in the middle of my lineup, and so when we had to go get Trinan, then, you know, we were hoping to use him multiple innings if necessary, but I had to go get him because I didn't want Perez facing Kemp. And so, like I said, things, you know, just didn't work out, you know, like I had planned or like Mike and I had talked about.
This is the first time we've seen Papelbon struggle since he came back.
Mm-hmm.
What was different?
Well, number one, you know, he walked the leadoff man. You know, that was number one. Plus, you know, not to make excuses, I don't like to use my closer like 3 days in a row, and this was 3 days in a row for Pap. But, you know, we didn't have you know, a choice. And, you know, the ball wasn't coming out today the way it had been since he came back from, you know, from the injury. And, you know, they hit a couple balls hard on the ground. You know, that was kind of the ball game. And then, you know, once we got to Ramirez, it was a 3-2 count, and we were hoping we would get out of there with, you know, with a one-run deficit. You know, with the bottom of my lineup coming around, that's why I was going to switch with Bryce, and then we'd have gotten back to the top. But we had action in the eighth inning when we had runners on first and third, and you know, like I said before, we got to pick up those runs, especially the runs with less than 2 outs and runner on third base that we're going to win.
Did you consider using Bryce at all in the eighth inning with the dead runners on first and third?
Well, the only thing is Bryce hadn't had much success against Buckner, you know, and he was coming off the bench cold. Heisey's a good fastball hitter, and he's left-handed. And like I said, Bryce hadn't had, or for that matter, any left-handers had very much success off of back Buckner.
Dusty, when you guys sent Lucas down, you were hoping that he'd be able to work on his off-speed pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see much progress there in that regard?
No, not really. You know, like I was talking to Ramos when I took him out, and he just said, hey, he couldn't get his secondary pitches over, you know, his curveball and his changeup. And so he was really down to one pitch. And you have to have some either tremendous gas or either you have to be able to, you know, locate. And, I mean, you know, to the max. So, you know, it's back to the drawing board with him. No. You know, there's no stamina issue. It's the issue of getting your secondary pitches over. And if you're not getting your secondary pitches over, then, you know, they're not going to swing at bad primary pitches, which is your fastball, out of the zone. And so they start zoning in on one pitch and taking everything else.
The three of your other young prospects showed a lot here in the last week.
Mm-hmm.
Lopez pitched a complete game shutout in the Rangers today.
Yep.
Turner did some good things.
Right.
An error in addition to it. Where do those other three guys fit either now or soon? Turner, Lopez,
And Glover. Well, you know, Mike and I have to discuss that. You know, we got to make, you know, some moves today. And, we have to talk to those players before I tell you. You understand? And so,
I guess Turner's been leading off and doing a good job. He seems like the one that maybe might be a piece of things now.
well, yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Should have phrased it that way.
Yeah, that would have helped. And
Can I phrase it that way now?
well, yeah, you can. But
Where this homestand, Turner had the 3 triples, a steal, a home, stole the bases, the 2 infield hits.
oh yeah, I mean, he's an impact player. I mean, Delano DeShields had told me that this winter that he had him in the fall league, and he said that he's an impact player. So now we just gotta try to find a place with Zim coming back, find a place for him to play. And is it better for him to go play every day, or is it play sometime here, or make a determination? Is it all the time? I mean, Glover, looks great, and we didn't want to send him down. Solis is back, and we sorely miss Solis today because it had been great to have a third lefty, especially with one of the lefties down. So we just have to revamp our roster.
And Lopez's start, his average fastball velocity, is second only to Syndergaard among all starters this year.
Right. Well, but it wasn't located as well as he would like it to. Maybe he did that today, but I was surprised by his secondary pitches. That he got over, and he really didn't use his changeup much. So.
2/3 of his curveballs over and got a lot of swing and misses.
Right. And see, that was one of the things today. I think, I don't know how many, but I don't remember too many swing and misses today. I think there might have been 1 or 2. Yeah.
His swing and miss rate is 6%, which is lower than anybody on your staff. Giolito. Is there any way to get Turner in the lineup close to every day without putting him in the outfield? And is there any thought of putting him out there and just seeing?
Well, but I got to get. Well, we'll see. I mean, you keep wanting me to say yes, but we'll see. I mean, I got to get Zim, back in lineup. I got to get him going. He's a big part of our offense, and certainly if I get Zim back in the lineup, then that means Murphy's at second base. So.
Speaking of velocity, it seems like Lucas's is a little bit down from what we're used to seeing or what it used to be in the past. What do you guys kind of make of that? Is there any reason?
No, I mean, like I said, I've only read reports, and probably same with you. You haven't really seen, his velocity up either. I mean, not here. Have you seen that before?
Well, like in the Futures game just last year. So
Right. Well, some days you throw harder than other days, and some point in time, some of those guns might be hot too. So we'll see.